Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Paul L. Parker Field and Wes-Del Middle High School for the first live stream event for Wes-Del Sports Network. This could be a little rough at times, so we ask for your patience as we work through this. We are about 1 minute and 25 seconds away from the kickoff of the first middle school game of the year, and the Wes-Del Warriors are hosting the Tri-Central Trojans. At this time, let's go through the 6th grade Warriors, and then we'll go through the 7th grade and the 8th grade. So on the 6th grade team is number 14, Elijah Gale, number 22, Raymond DuBois, number 24, Paisley Chambers, number 27, Ethan Stafford, number 33, Daniel Story, number 42, Luke Lozier, number 63, Easton Stewart, and number 66, Cameron Vonderschmidt. The 7th grade Warriors are number 3, Mason Davis, number 5, Mason Skinner, number 13, Brock Nauman, number 15, Carter Flynn, number 28, Bryant Dalton, and number 35, Owen Long, number 36, Jackson Schroyer, number 58, JT Sirfos, number 60, Garrett Clements, and number 62, Luke Powers. And the 8th graders on the Warrior team, number 7, Zachariah Reno, number 10, Blake Whitehead, number 11, Graydon Hensley, number 18, Grayson Mealy, number 20, Dominic Bertram, number 40, Malachi DuBois, number 50, Corbin Malco, number 55, Connor Harnish, number 71, Mason Patterson, number 74, Wyatt Tucker, and number 75, Jonah Whitworth. And rounding out the Warrior lineup is number 76, Dallas Godby. The Tri-Central Trojans lineup: number 1, Owen Toll, number 9, Tyler Sorensen, number 15, Brody Arnold, number 16, Caden Eller, number 20, Caleb Hurt, number 32, Wyatt Worley, number 40, Aiden Rummel, number 45, Eli Garrity, number 49, Drake Mackey, number 50, Braden Height, number 51, Isaiah Stryker, number 52, Braden Hook, number 58, Patrick Kinney, number 64, Gage Kendall, number 65, Vincent Cook, number 86, Raja Diaz, number 88, Jay Jankoviak. At this time, we are honoring America with the national anthem on the field. So the first game on the docket tonight will be the 8th grade game, so we will play the 8th grade game first to follow that up with the 6th and 7th grade game. So, again, this is the first matchup for the Warriors this season, and they come in off of last season where we had, I believe, our first undefeated season in school history with our middle school team last year. They did lose quite a few of their 8th graders to obviously going to the high school. They're now on our varsity team. And that was a solid core of players, but you now have some of the 7th graders that played last year in that core that are moving up to the 8th grade. So this should be interesting in talking to Coach Cullum. He's excited for where this season should go, where he feels it should go. He has a lot of high expectations for this club and believes that there is a chance, if they do everything right, that they could be just as successful as last season. Position-wise, we're not quite clear exactly who's playing what position and where, but we'll work that out as we get through this. Again, I'm alone behind the mic, so my partner usually would be Coach McLaughlin, but tonight he's at his daughter's volleyball game at Wapahani, and I'm up here alone. So you have Mr. Mealy up here on the mic doing the play-by-play and the color all in one. So we're getting ready here for kickoff. As you see, the Warriors are huddled up and doing a last run of strategy. And it looks like Tri-Central will kick off to the Warriors to start the game. It looks back to receive for the Warriors is, I believe that is, can't see just clearly right now. And the kick is off, and we are underway for the first of the season, and it's recovered at about the 43-yard line for the Warriors. So Warriors will take over on the 43-yard line. Yeah, we'll actually mark that just shy of the 43. It looks like it's going to be inside the 42 to be exact on the spot. So the Warrior offense will get started here. 1st and 10. It looks like in the backfield there under and it's off. Down the sideline, can't see who carried on that one. Looks like it was number 10. Blake Whitehead with the carry. And that's good enough for a Warrior first down. So again, Blake Whitehead is an 8th grader there with the carry. Picks up the first down of the season for the Warriors. And their second possession here, it looks again like Whitehead is in the backfield as quarterback. Wyatt Tucker is the center. That was Grayson Mealy. Grayson Mealy with the pass. It's out to number 10, who breaks away. Looks like they're inside almost to the 20-yard line. So Grayson Mealy to Blake Whitehead with a big pickup there for the Warriors. A nice little screen pass there. So again, a big pickup for the Warriors. Looks like they've spotted it almost exactly on the 20-yard line. And Tri-Central backed up into their territory. And the Warriors here out of the huddle. And it looks like at this time it looks like it might be Whitehead. Looks like they're going to do a dual quarterback role here for the 8th grade team. Whitehead's the quarterback in this possession. Mealy was the quarterback last possession. This is a direct snap to, I believe, Reno. And he is met by number 68 of Tri-Central, number 68. That is... Actually, I don't think it's 68. It might have been 58. Patrick Kinney. So the direct snap to Reno really is a loss of 2. So the Warriors now 2nd and 12. Here in the first quarter, we've got about 6 minutes and 57 seconds left. And the Warriors are out of the huddle. Grayson Mealy is at quarterback on this possession. In motion is Whitehead. It's a handoff to Whitehead on the outside. Whitehead breaks some room, gets outside. Finally taken down by a few of the Tri-Central Trojans. So maybe a pickup. It looks like a pickup of about 7 on the carry by Whitehead. So again, the Warriors picking up some good yardage there. And it looks like about 3rd and 5. So at this time, it's been a steady diet of Blake Whitehead and Grayson Mealy at quarterback, and they've been back and forth through each other. And this time it looks like it's in the backfield. It looks like it may be Reno. So a lot of mix of quarterbacks for Coach Cullum. Whitehead in motion again. Snap is to Reno. I believe that's Reno picking up into the inside. A nice little cut move up to the middle there. And again, Zachariah Reno with a good carry, giving the Warriors a first down and pushes them inside to the 5-yard line. They're knocking on Tri-Central's door. Let's see if we can get the first score of the year for our Warriors. So once again, we're looking at first, and they're on the 5-yard line going in, so see what Coach Cullum puts out in the formation this time. Again, mixing it up, and now we have 4 in the backfield there. It looks like Reno, Whitehead, Mealy, and maybe Malachi Dubois. Stretch snap to Whitehead. Whitehead pushing forward, and Whitehead is in for a touchdown. Blake Whitehead with the first touchdown of the year for the Wes-Del Warriors. And that puts WD on the scoreboard, gives them a 6-0 lead. So a direct snap to Blake Whitehead. Blake Whitehead muscles his way inside, bounces off 2 tacklers, and has the first touchdown of the year for the middle school Warriors. Coach Cullum on that possession with a mix of ball carries, a mix of guys under center, mix of guys in the shotgun, and mix of guys in different positions, running multiple guys who each picked up good carries. I think only one possession was for a loss in that whole possession, and now they're back out looking for 2. It's a direct snap to Reno, and Reno's in for 2 more. So a great possession by the Wes-Del Warriors on their first one, and they're up 8-0. And it is nice to have sports. We had our first varsity game on Friday night, and we hosted Blackford in that, and the Warriors picked up their first varsity win of the season, 28-23, with a thrilling game, and it was much more than just a game. It was about getting back on the field after the pandemic, getting sports started once again, and it really was a good situation to be involved in. So the Warriors will be kicking off here. Their 8-0 lead with 5:24 remaining in the first quarter. And they will kick off to the Trojans. And it looks like Malachi Dubois is going to kick off to the Trojans. It's a direct kick. It hits, and I believe the Warriors have recovered. Onside kick recovered by the Warriors. And I believe the Warriors will take over on the 49-yard line. So a good start here for Wes-Del, and their first possession was profitable with 8 points, and now the onside kick by number 40. Dubois is recovered by the Warriors, and here we go. It looks like we have that same formation with 4 guys in the backfield, and the big fellas up front trying to move and get some space. On the 49, here's the snap. It's to Reno. Reno along the outside, and Reno is met with a fantastic tackle by number 12. That is Jayton Archer. Jayton Archer for the Trojans. It was a pickup of just about 3, maybe 4, before Reno was met with a really hard tackle from Archer. Warriors in the huddle, talking it over. Second down, second and about 6. Looks like another heavy backfield, and in fact, I think the Warriors even call this formation heavy for a reason. 4 in the backfield, the snap, Snap is to, I believe, that's Grayson Mealy. Grayson Mealy with a truck, and we have a flag down. We do have a flag on the play, and we'll see what that flag is. I believe it's a face mask. So after the carry, it's a face mask, I believe was the call. So Grayson Mealy with a big carry there for the Warriors. And with the penalty, it puts him inside the 20. They're on the 15-yard line going in. So the Warriors took their huddle a little bit further away from the line once they found out where the penalty flag was actually located. So they actually had a heck of a jog to get themselves back up there. But here we go in the heavy formation again. Direct snap to Whitehead. Whitehead to the outside. Whitehead cuts it inside, and he's met by number 60. We're going to say that's 66 because they don't have a 68 on the program. I apologize to Tri-Central, but on the program they do not have a 68. So we'll say that's Mason Yeagley with the tackle, but Whitehead with another good pickup on the carry. And now the Warriors are inside the 10-yard line. I think they're on the, it looks like the 7-yard line going in. So once again, with 3:45 ticking away on the clock in the first quarter, the Warriors are knocking on Tri-Central's door again. Mealy's in the backfield. Reno in motion. Now Whitehead is in motion. Handoff goes to Reno. Reno down to the outside. He's picked up again by number 68. Number 68 now, I believe that's his third tackle. So the Warriors again moving the ball, and now they are inside the 5-yard line, and that's a first down. Coach Collum talking to Reno. Reno's bringing in the play to the Warriors in the huddle. The middle school assistant coach is the big fella down there. You'll see him as he walks by. He's 6'7", math teacher, Jared Collig here at the school. Collum, obviously you remember, a former Warrior. This is in his, I believe it could be his third or fourth season. I'm not sure. Reno in the backfield, so is Whitehead. The snap is to Reno. Reno to the outside, and he's met, but he reaches, and I think they're going to call him down on the 1-yard line. He had a little bit of reach. He broke off the one tackle, and the second tackle he couldn't shake, and I think they have him down at the 1. That's where they're spotting it. Number 13, Brock Nauman, will bring in the play for Wes-Del. And Nauman is a 7th grader. He's got an older brother, AJ, on the varsity team. .154 left in the first quarter, and the Warriors knocking on Tri-Central's door once again. It looks like it's Whitehead and Mealy in the backfield. Direct snap to Whitehead. Mealy, the fullback, with a big block at the inside, and Whitehead powers it home. So another touchdown for the Warriors. That takes it to 14-0. 14-0, 1:41 left in the first quarter here at Paul L. Parker Field. And the Warriors are showing some dominance early. In that play, again, it's been a steady diet of Whitehead and Mealy and Reno. So the Tri-Central, at this point, has to know that they're going to see number 7, they're going to see number 10, and they're going to see number 18, typically with the ball. Here we go on the 2-point conversion. And same setup in the backfield. I think Du Bois is in the backfield. This is a direct snap, and that is, I believe that's Grayson Mealy for 2. So tack 2 more on to the Warriors. It's now 16-0 with 1:41 left in the first quarter. So a very dominant start for the Warriors here in their opening game of the season. So again, let's talk a little bit about some highlights from the varsity game that We didn't have the ability to stream that night, but it is you can find that on Blackford Sports Network. It is recorded onto there. A few highlights that was from that game was started off with a nice run by Will Kelly. Will Kelly had a nice night along with Eric Harlan, the quarterback, and Carlos Artiega had a nice night. So the Warriors as a team played very, very well and gutted out a nice win. Here's another little squib kick on side. I think this time Tri-Central recovers. So 16-0. About a 140 still on the clock here. I don't know if we ticked any off that kick, but we're all getting a little bit of the rust off this year. So right there at the 50-yard line, Tri-Central will take over their first offensive possession of the day. And they have a pretty good hill to climb, down 16-0 here early. We'll see exactly what we have in the backfield for Tri-Central. Looks like we have number 12, Jayton Archer. And under center is going to be number 7, Izzy Fowler. So Fowler getting the team set. Fowler back. Fowler is met by number 10, Blake Whitehead with the sack. Whitehead was back there pretty quick, and that is a loss of 5, 2nd and 15 for Tri-Central. And Whitehead was back there in a hurry. Fowler did not have much time whatsoever to look downfield. Nevertheless, they've got this second possession, and I think they've got a little something up their sleeve. So the Warriors need to be prepared. Here's Tri-Central out of the huddle. Same setup, Archer in the backfield. Fowler will be under center, getting the team set. It's to Archer. Archer's met right away, and he is in on the tackle was number 10, Blake Whitehead once again, and number 74, Wyatt Tucker. 3rd down and 15. Defense flexing its muscles now. So your defensive ends on the outside were Whitehead and Mealy, and then in the middle you can see it looks like Corbin Malco. Wyatt Tucker's in there. Corbin Malco's actually at linebacker right now. Here's the snap out to Archer. Chasing down Archer. Archer may pick up the first down, and he does, and he picks up more. Jayton Archer with a great run there. So on 3rd and 15, Jayton Archer picks up the first down and much more, taking it all the way into the 30-yard line. Tri-Central talking it over, coming out of the huddle. And see if they give it to Archer again. That was a good run. It doesn't look like Archer's back there. Fowler at quarterback tries to give that away, and it's picked off by Zachariah Reno. Big-time interception by Reno, and the Warriors get the ball back with, looks like nothing on the clock. That's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, the Warriors have a 16-0 lead, and they will talk things over here. Announcing the cheerleaders now. And as we do, we'll go ahead and announce those over the WDSN network. So your cheerleaders are Amelia Hudson-Roberts, Victoria Clark, Brianna Hale, Eva Whitmire, Hayden Browning, Chloe Rouse, Mackenzie Whitehead, Cadence Kibler, Mackenzie Charles, Isabella Longfellow, Kylie Proctor, Jenna Woodson, Savannah Durr, and Valerie Clark. Head coach Kylie Lockridge, assistant Monica Alexander. So there are your Warrior cheerleaders on the screen, and also behind them are your Warrior football team that leads 16-0 after 1 quarter of play. That was, to end the quarter, one heck of a play. A lot of pressure up front by the defensive line, causing Fowler to have to hurry and rush his throw. And right there on top of things was Zachariah Reno for the interception. So a big interception here to end the quarter. And now we start the second quarter. Warrior ball. And I believe they're on the 30-yard line. Actually, it looks like they're on the 29-yard line to start our second quarter. So here we go. We get things started. See who's there in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be Mealy in the shotgun. It's got Reno on the outside. And that looks like it's number 11. Mealy to the direct stop to the outside, and a great tackle there. And that was number 25 that got Mealy's legs. That is Jack Layton. Jack Layton with a nice tackle to take down the big quarterback for Wes-Del. Here comes Whitehead back into the game, replacing Graydon Hensley. And I want to... Oh, we had a flag on the play. I missed that. And it's on the Warriors. Looks like it was a hold. So we're back to first down, and it might have been more than a hold. Might have been a personal foul. The game is well attended tonight, even with the social distancing rules, but the Warrior fans, as always, have come out to support their Wes-Del Warriors. So it looks like we are 1st and 20. And in the backfield, it's a heavy backfield there. 4 in the back. Snap back to Mealy. Mealy up top to just outside of Blake Whitehead's hands. A nice little play there. Just a little overthrown to Whitehead. So now it's going to be 2nd and 20. It might be a little more than 20, to be honest with you. And here come the Warriors out of the huddle. You got Wyatt Tucker again at center. I'm trying to check some numbers, but my eyesight is not what it once was. I know Mealy's in the backfield. You got Whitehead in motion now. It's a snap to Whitehead. Whitehead's met right at the line, but he breaks it. Now the ball's loose, and Whitehead recovers his own fumble. So the fumble by Whitehead's recovered by Whitehead. And now it's 3rd down. And let's just call it 3rd down and a mile. It is a long way for the Warriors. And with a steady diet of running. And the pass didn't look too bad earlier. Good call by Coach Collum. But they couldn't convert. So we'll just have to see what the great strategist, Andy Collum, comes up with here. We're 3rd down. It looks like it may be Whitehead in the backfield. Mealy's now in motion. Comes back. Now Reno's in motion. It's a snap, and it's a snap to Mealy. Mealy running. And he is met after picking up about 7 yards. He's met, and it's 4th down. And back to the original line of scrimmage. And we'll see if the Warriors go for it here at 4th and 10. I would imagine that they will. because I don't see any kicking formation, any kicking substitution. So we'll see what we have. We have Reno wide out here to our nearest point here. And we have a heavy backfield again. Again, 4th and 10. Oh, it was a kick, and that is, I believe, Whitehead with the kick. And it is down at the 40, maybe the 39-yard line there. So Tri-Central with a great opportunity in front of them here with 5:54 left. Now they are down 16-0, but they do have an opportunity here to chip away at that as they get great field position from the Warriors. So inside the 39ers, inside the 40-yard line on the 39-yard line. And up front, just to tell you a few guys up front, we've got Whitehead at end. You've got Mealy at end. You've got Wyatt Tucker there clogging the middle for the Warriors. You've got number 62, Luke Powers, on the line. You've got the big linebacker in the backfield there, number 50, Corbin Malco. Nobody wants to meet that kid head on. Here we go. Tri-Central going to pass, and it is broken up and actually was met there by number 52. Is that number 52 or 62, I believe? Luke Powers. And I think we have a timeout. Timeout, Tri-Central. So with 5:51 left, the Tri-Central Trojans take a timeout, down 16-0. So once again, talking about last season, and this Wes-Del Middle School team was a special team, went undefeated on the season, was really just a fun season to watch as a fan, and I know the parents enjoyed every minute of it, and then we have another quality team here. So the future is bright for Coach Hess and the Warriors, and by the way, Coach Hess is on our sideline. And in fact, not only is he on our sideline right now, but he is manning the water station. That's the kind of coach that Coach Hess is. So, in fact, I can see right now that there are multiple coaches from both the varsity and obviously our middle school program on the sideline here for our Warriors, working with them. They know the future's bright. They know there is a lot headed our way. And actually, the current season is bright. First win, as we talked about, 28-23 against Blackford. And tomorrow night, I believe they travel to Tri-Central. And I'll just put in a plug. We hope to be able to stream that when we are at Tri-Central. And we hope to have Coach McLaughlin as our color commentator, who's much, much more colorful than I am. And I'm sure everyone will love to listen to Coach. But a lot of good things happening for the Wes-Del football program. A lot of good things happening for the Wes-Del Community Schools program all around. So after the timeout, 5:51 still remaining in the half. It'll be second down as Tri-Central comes out of the huddle. Out of the timeout, again, Fowler under center, Archer in the backfield. It's a pass play. Fowler is hit by number 18, Grayson Mealy, on the sack. Right as Fowler was getting ready to unleash that one, Mealy's in there in time, and that's a big loss of about 5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 for Tri-Central. Good defensive possession. So Whitehead's been to the quarterback, and Mealy has been to the quarterback. So both ends are getting in there. in timely fashion and in big situations. So let's see. Last time it was third down. Remember, Archer had a tremendous run for the Trojans. Let's see if they have anything in on that. Fowler to Archer. Archer breaks up, and he gets in there again. And he is met and knocked out of bounds by Zach Reno. A couple of guys bounced off of him. I believe Graydon Hensley was in there. And finished off by Zach Reno to make it fourth down. So really a tremendous tackle by Zachariah Reno to save that run. Once again on third down, I believe the Warriors want to key in on Archer on third down. That's the second time he's pulled off a pretty good run on third down. Now we're about 4th and 7. 4th and 7 it looks like. Warriors waiting on the Trojans to come out of the huddle. And you've got Fowler again. You've got Archer in the backfield. So we'll see here on fourth down if they again go to Archer. It is to Archer. Mealy can't get to him. And he's met with a huge tackle. And once again, Zach Reno with a big tackle, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So 2 big plays by Zachariah Reno there, knocking Archer out of bounds on the third down run. He only had 1 man to beat. It was Reno. Reno saves that, and on fourth down, stops him short of 2 yards of the first down to preserve the defensive stop and get the ball over, or back over to the Warriors. So big defensive possession there by Reno. And the Warriors take over on what looks to be the 33-yard line. Again, the heavy formation in the backfield. Snaps to Whitehead. Tri-Central gets into the backfield, but Whitehead breaks it down the sidelines. Bowls over a couple. Gets across the 45-yard line before he's finally tripped up. Whitehead once again with a nice carry. Nice blocking up front. Just a really good team effort by the Warriors on the ground in this whole first half. 4:43 left in the second quarter, and the Warriors have just been dominant in yardage on the ground. They've pushed Tri-Central pretty much wherever they've wanted to go today in the first half. Here come the Warriors out of the huddle. Led by the big center, Wyatt Tucker. In the backfield on this one, it looks to be Grayson Mealy alone. He's got Reno, Dubois, and Whitehead in motion now. It's to Reno. Reno on the outside. He cuts it up the middle. Reno picks up about 5 yards on the carry. Another good carry by Reno. So the Warriors stay on the ground, and if I'm Coach Cullum, I can see why. Why change? Why, if it isn't broke, why try to fix it? Cullum talking to the quarterback, Grayson Mealy, number 18. Mealy running it back into the huddle. So it's 2nd and 4. The ball's on the 37-yard line. 3:28 left. And it looks like Mealy's in the backfield. On the far side is Whitehead. On our side, Reno's on the end here. Reno moves to the backfield. Now Whitehead's in motion. Snaps to Mealy. Mealy with the carry. Mealy carries up the middle. Mealy breaks it through. Grayson Mealy all the way in for another Warrior touchdown. A great set of blocking up front, led by Wyatt Tucker and followed by the Whitehead. Paves the way. And that makes it 22-0. 22-0 with 2:52 remaining. And Reno comes in, and if I were a betting man, I'd say that the Warriors are going for 2. So Grayson Mealy breaks off about a 37-yard touchdown. And now the Warriors will go for 2. Whitehead with the snap. There's a flag on the play. Whitehead will be in, but with the flag, it may be a false start, or I'm going to see exactly what we have here. It'll be against the Warriors. A little bit of movement up front on that play, so we're going to do it again. They step it off, and number 13, Brock Nauman, in the backfield to get the call from Coach Collum. So we'll try it again, just this time a little further back. Changes the strategy for Coach Collum. Nauman brings it into the huddle. And here come the Warriors out of the huddle. Looks like the backfield on this one, it's going to be Mealy in the backfield, I believe, and now we have a timeout by the Warriors. So the timeout for Wes-Del. Good opportunity to get some water. It is hot tonight, very muggy. We had a little taste of fall last week, and this week we're experiencing summer once again. But we'll enjoy it because it'll soon be cold, and we know that, so we will enjoy what we get out of this now. But we're all enjoying this 22-0 lead by our Warriors here in the first half. And during this timeout, got a nice picture of the 3 officials talking things over. So once again, the varsity Warriors will travel tomorrow evening to Tri-Central. And that kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. With social distancing, there will be a limited number of fans for the Warriors, and that's why we hope to make the travel and plan to make the travel so that we can stream the game live so you can watch that at home. The girls varsity volleyball team is currently on the road at Wapahani. And I don't have any updates yet. In fact, JV would have just started about 9 minutes ago. And after the timeout, here come the Warriors. And if you've missed, we're still going for 2. So after the Mealy touchdown, we're now going for 2. And Grayson Mealy is in the shotgun, I should say. Reno in motion. It's to Mealy, out to Whitehead, and Whitehead drops the screen pass. It's an incomplete pass, and that will shut down the 2-point conversion. So after the timeout, it didn't take long, and our 2-point conversion's over. And with 2:52 remaining, it's a 22-0 lead for the Warriors. So Malachi Du Bois will kick off to the Tri-Central Trojans, and Tri-Central will try to get something rolling here, as they've got the goose egg on the scoreboard. They're trying to break through that and see if they can get something up on the scoreboard. And here we go. Du Bois will be kicking off to the Trojans. The ball is a onside kick again, and I do believe it was recovered by the Warriors. It doesn't look like there's any flag on the play. And it is. It's the Warriors' ball, I believe, Tri-Central. And I have to say, I agree a little bit. They are questioning whether it hit Tri-Central first or the Warriors just hit it first. And, hey, we'll take it, but I'm not so sure that we didn't touch it first. We do have replay, but I'm not quite there yet to get it to work. So we'll get that at some point. But anyway, Warriors take over on the 49-yard line on the onside recovery. That's the second onside recovery of the night for Wes-Del. And here come the Warriors out of the backfield. Out of the huddle in the backfield. It looks like it's Mealy at quarterback again. Reno in motion to the backfield. Now it's Graydon Hensley in motion. It goes to Mealy. Mealy breaks a tackle. Met by another host. He's still going and finally down. So a lot of effort there. But he gains about 3 yards out of it, so it's a positive run, but he put a lot of effort into that to get to that positive run. And he was met by number 68 of Tri-Central. I apologize. They do not have a 68 on their roster, so I don't have the correct name. Reno bringing in the play from Coach Collum. Pretty good crowd for Tri-Central, traveling the distance to come to the game. We're at 1:57 and ticking down here. Warriors have the ball. And we have a 5-yard penalty. Delay of game on the Warriors coming out, so you can take the 5-yard or the 4-yard gain away. And we're back now. Second down and 11. Mealy in the backfield. Reno in motion. Now Graydon Hensley in motion. The ball goes to Reno. Reno's up inside the 50-yard line to about the 49, 48-yard line. A pickup of 3 on the carry. .135 and ticking in the first half of play. Warriors lead 22-0. Chewing up some clock here is Coach Collum. Third down and 10 for the Warriors. Reno in motion again. Now Hensley. Balls to Mealy. Mealy up the middle, and that's a first down. Grayson Mealy with the carry, a pickup of 11, and that's a first down for the Wes-Del Warriors. They'll move the chains. And the clock is now stopped at 50 seconds to see if there's to move those chains and see if we get the Warriors moving on this. Clock is Looks like we've got a timeout, Wes-Del. So 50.3 left in the second quarter. And Wes-Del takes a timeout to talk things over. They have the ball on the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Here we come out of the timeout. The Warriors getting ready on 1st down. 38-yard line going in. 50.3 left in the half. Let's see what we've got here. Coach Collum had time to draw something up. Both Reno, now Hensley in motion. Kept by Mealy. Mealy up the middle. Mealy breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and he is in for a touchdown. The second rushing touchdown of the game for Grayson Mealy. And that's another 6 points on the board for the Wes-Del Warriors. 28. (28-0). 42 seconds left. And again, if I was a betting man, I would say we're going for 2. And here we are, going for 2, and we have that heavy formation in the backfield. Let's see who it's going to. It looks like Mealy has it. He's running to the outside, and he's in for 2. And a late hit, but I think he can handle it. So Mealy with the 2, Mealy with the touchdown. It's been a heavy running load for the Warriors, led by Reno, Whitehead, and Mealy, and the big fellas up front making space and pushing the Trojans back. So a good strategy here to stay on the ground by Coach Collum here late in the half. 42 seconds left. Now he has a 30-0 lead, and the Warriors will be kicking off once again to Tri-Central. And to his credit, Du Bois has 2 really good onside kicks that were recovered. So I don't know if we'll kick off here at 30-0. We'll see what happens. And we kick a little deeper. Ball's bouncing. Ball's still bouncing. And it is recovered by Tri-Central. I believe that's number 55 for Tri-Central. Number 55 is Jimmy Rinkin. So 38 seconds left in the second quarter. And the Warriors trying to make sure they don't give up anything here going into the half. Here's Tri Central with 38 seconds left, and it's Fowler under center with Archer in the backfield. Fowler back to pass, and it's short, and he was met by number 62, Luke Powers. Luke Powers putting on the pressure, and Fowler didn't have a second to spare before he got that one out of his hand. Powers has been in the backfield causing a havoc for Fowler most of, if not all of this first half, along with several other of the Warriors, including Whitehead Mealy, Wyatt Tucker, and Corbin Malco. 35.9 left here. 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 34-yard line. And Tri Central comes to the line. Tri Central trying to get something going here with not much time. It's a pitch out and a great tackle. Just a great tackle on that play by number 35, I believe. 35, Owen Long. If that was, 35, Owen Long with a fantastic tackle for the Warriors. And we're down to 16 seconds and a timeout by Tri Central. So it's the first time we get to see Owen Long, the 7th grader, and he makes an impact on that tackle. So 16.7 left in the first half, and it's been a dominant first half for the Warriors. Obviously on the scoreboard it's 30-0, but there's been much more happening out there. It's been dominant up front by the line, making the holes, pushing back the defense of the Tri-Central Trojans to allow for the ball carriers of Reno, Whitehead, and Mealy to gain some serious yards and really to amass quite a large amount of yards here in the first half. So the big fellows up front have really done their job. And if I'm Whitehead and I'm Mealy and I'm Reno, I'm going to make sure I let them know about it. Defensively, been much the same. Defensive line has held their own. In fact, been dominant to get into the backfield against Tri-Central. Put a lot of pressure on Fowler. Fowler has not had really any time to get his feet set and to get the ball out with any strength. He's usually met pretty quickly with a Warrior in his face. And here we go. 16 seconds left in the half. And Tri-Central starts. Fowler in the backfield, and he's back to pass. He's hit by Mealy, and the ball is incomplete. So Mealy was untouched coming off the end. And once again, as we just said, Fowler just does not have time in the backfield. He doesn't have time to get anything set. And really, until the line gives him a little bit more time, some of the pass plays and the passing offense isn't going to be very effective. So got to credit the Warriors for the pressure they're putting on, the speed from the outside that both defensive ends are putting on along with those linebackers, and the big fellows up front pushing those guys back. Tri-Central, 13.5. This literally has been the longest 50 seconds that I can remember at a middle school football game. Multiple timeouts, 13 seconds left. Ball's on the 35. It's 4th and 9. Fowler's under center. And it's a pitch to the outside, and he's met by Mealy. Tackle by Grayson Mealy on 4th down, and it's 9 seconds left and a turnover on downs, and the Warriors will get the ball back here with 9.4 left. So would imagine we won't see anything from the Warrior offense. Whitehead's bringing in the call from Coach Cullum. See if they just go ahead and sit on it and get to the half. If not, the longest 50 seconds of anyone's life will continue. .4, ball's on the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Heavy backfield for the Warriors. If you want something from the concession stand, you're praying that they kneel. And they do. That'll run out the clock for the first half of play, with the Wes-Del Warriors leading 30-0 as the horn sounds for the halftime. So absolutely dominant first half for the Wes-Del Warriors. As we go to the break, we will take a short break here audio-wise. We will let the video play. So now's a great opportunity if you're at home to go to your own concession stand, walk into the kitchen, check on some of the other things happening, maybe go outside and pull a weed or maybe fix the mulch in that one area you've been looking at the last few days that you thought maybe you should just kind of spread that out a little better, make it look a little nicer. Anything that'll take just about 10 minutes. Do that, and then we'll see you back here. All right, we're back here, getting ready to start the second half. About 27 seconds as it runs down on the clock. The Warriors in the end zone down here talking about their plan for the second half, which I would think would be much of the same with a 30-0 lead. Just keep it on the ground, chew that clock, continue to move the chains and continue to move that clock as much as they can. But you know what? I never coached football, and the sports that I did coach, most people would tell you I didn't know anything about. So what do I know? I'm just the guy talking. So the Warriors come out of their halftime. We're getting ready to get both teams out and get them stretching. So I don't have any official stats, unfortunately, for the Warrior fan base. I can make up the stats. I can think about what the stats might be, but they'd be wrong. Might be entertaining, but they'd be wrong. I know this. It's going to be a large amount of rushing yards for the Warriors. And with a couple of screen passes inside there's going to be a few passing yards. And I know that we had at least 3, if not 4, sacks in the first half. I know that Whitehead and Mealy were both in on a couple, and I think Luke Powers was in there. May not have gotten the sacks, but Luke Powers is in there more times than he wasn't. He was in on more possessions than he was not in, forcing the quarterback to get rid of it quick. So, although it may not show up that Powers has several sacks tonight, his presence has been felt in how much he's had to hurry the quarterback, Fowler of the Trojans. For the Trojans, I can't really tell you what they might be looking for here in the second half. I think they're just trying to get a little bit of positive yardage. Nothing to discredit them. It has been a very strong defensive attack, and I'd call it an attack because Wes-Del's been aggressive on both sides of the ball. So here we go, getting ready to start the third quarter, and it will be Du Bois kicking off to the Trojans. And it's another bouncing onside kick, and I believe that was recovered once again by the Warriors, and that's Blake Whitehead. So another excellent onside kick by Malachi Du Bois, and another great onside recovery by Blake Whitehead. So here we go again, just like they did in the first half. The Warriors recover and have the ball. And maybe we have the officials talking here. And this may be the first game for these officials, so they're probably trying to break off some rust too. And I think I figured it out. The situation was that we did not turn. Well, I don't know what happened there. It looks like we're kicking off again. And number 20, Dominic Bertram, I think feels the same way I do. If you saw him on the screen, hands up off of the side, trying to figure out what exactly happened. I don't know what happened. I don't have an answer for Warrior fans. And I don't think some of the guys on the line, including number 13, Brock Nauman, know. So I'm with you, Brock. I don't know what happened, but we're kicking again. And we have another bouncing ball. The ball's loose, and this time picked up and recovered by the Trojans. And that was number 7, the quarterback, Izzy Fowler. Izzy Fowler with the recovery of that onside attempt. And so the Tri-Central Trojans will start over. 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line, and now we are at 7:56. So we kicked off. We don't know what happened. We have no idea what to tell you happened, but we know we had to go kick again. And that time, so the first time we recovered, Blake Whitehead did, but that basically we're going to chalk up to practice. and we had to do it again. And that time we didn't recover it. So that's to get you up to speed if you're watching at home. If I could give you an official call, I would, but I have no idea why we had to kick it again. But here's Fowler under center for the Trojans. And there is a pitch that was picked up, and stopped in the backfield by Blake Whitehead. So Archer, who's had some good runs tonight, 2 really solid third down runs, couldn't get the pitch from Fowler, didn't quite work out for him. And in the mishandling of the ball, gave Whitehead plenty of time to get into the backfield, also being chased down on the backside by the other end, defensive end for the Warriors, Grayson Mealy. So it's a loss of about 5, and we're 2nd and 16 on the 46-yard line. Tri-Central's getting set. Fowler. Snap to Fowler. Handoff to Archer. He is met by guess who? Luke Powers. If you're trying to run the ball up the middle tonight, I have a feeling that you're going to have to get by Luke Powers of the Warriors. Number 62 is in on everything up the middle. Here we go, 3rd and 19 on the 43-yard line for Tri-Central. Fowler under center, Archer in the backfield. Fowler muffs it. He's met by Mealy, who hits him, but he gets it off, and this is going to be a lot. This is Archer down the sideline. So a broken play turns into 6 for Tri-Central. No flags on the field. And the Trojans are on the board. So it was broken from the start. A mishandled snap picked up by Archer. Archer turns and looks to the outside, and what looked like a screen pass to, Fowler looked to the outside, and what looked like to be a screen pass. Shovel passed it over before he was met by Mealy with a full head of steam. And at that point, Archer had a lot of field and not a lot of Warriors ahead of him. So he broke that off. They were back at the 46-yard line, so about a 54-yard pass play there. Fowler to Archer, and now they're going for 2, trying to chip away at this big lead of the Warriors. It looks like we're going to kick. Got a kicker out there, number 1. That's Owen Toll. Looks to be kicking. He's a 7th grader. Snap to Fowler. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. So 30-6. 6:08 left in the third quarter. And the Warriors will be getting the ball back and get their first possession started in the third quarter. So although it was a broken play, nothing to be taken away from the Tri-Central Trojans. They're on the board. That's, if they haven't played, which I don't believe they have, that's their first 6 of the 2020 season. So congratulations to the Trojans. They're on the board. They've got to be happy with that. Fowler to Archer for 54 yards on a little shovel screen pass. So well played and a good run by Archer after the catch. So now the Trojans line up to kick off to the Warriors. And here comes the kick. And whistles on the field. And let's see here. A nice thing about the officials tonight, they're doing a good job of educating as well as officiating. And I like to see that at the middle school level. I think a lot of people like to see that. It's easy to throw a flag in middle school, and honestly, folks, you could throw a flag on nearly every play, but this crew is doing a good job of educating and resetting, and I believe that may have been what happened initially on our kickoff this quarter. So appreciate the fact that these guys are educating while they're also officiating. Trojans kick off. Ball is up, and it's loose, and that may be recovered by the Trojans. See who comes up. Nope, looks like the Warriors have it. It is Warriors ball. Warriors going to take over 1st and 10, seeing where the spot is right now. On the 42-yard line, the ball's spotted. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. So Graydon Hensley comes in to start things off for the Warriors in this half, third quarter. And here come the Warriors to the line. It looks like Whitehead's in the backfield. Mealy's in motion. And now Reno's in motion. Snap goes to Mealy on the outside. Mealy cuts it back up the middle, and he's met by number 68. And he might have gotten a yard on the carry. Maybe, well, actually, it looks like he got about 3. Here come the Warriors. And I think we have, let's see, it's still Whitehead in the backfield. Mealy's closer to us on this end, and now Reno's in motion. Snap, hand off to Reno. Reno down on the outside, turns on the speed, breaks the tackler. Reno into the open field. Reno's got one man to beat. He beats him, and he's in for the touchdown. Another solid run for the Warriors. Number 7, Reno. Found a hole, got to the outside, beat 2 tacklers, then beat the final man with some speed, and the Warriors are on the board once again with 6. So it's 36-6, and the Warriors quickly get that 6 points back on a fantastic run by Zachariah Reno. Reno's been on a beast on both sides of the ball tonight. Big tackles in the secondary. Big stops. In fact, he was in on both big stops on Archer's big runs on one possession earlier. And now a big run there for Reno and the Warriors. So now they're lining up for 2. 36-6 in the heavy formation. 4 men in the backfield. Snap is again to Reno, who takes it inside, untouched, for 2 more. And there is no laundry on the field, so that one will stand 38-6. 4:42 left in the third quarter. Another great run by the Warriors. Another great performance by the team. Open up the holes. Reno takes advantage, and the Warriors to get those 6 points back and a little more. And it looks like we have a change in kicker. I believe it looks like 55. Connor Harnish is back to kick now for the Warriors. Harnish getting to see his first action of kicking, and that's a pretty good kick. It's on the field. It's still on the ground. Picked up by Archer. Archer met by the man who just had the touchdown, Zachariah Reno. And Archer picked that ball up on the 35 and tried to cut to the outside, and Reno actually knocked him back for a loss of 2, even though there is no such thing as a loss on a carry, on a kickoff. 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. Clock is ticking down to 4:15 left in this quarter. Tri-Central working to see what it is they're going to put in. The screen pass worked really well last time, even though it was broken. Still worked out well. Here's Fowler to Archer. Archer bounces off one. Pursuit by a host of Warriors. He's to the outside before he's finally met, and that is Blake Whitehead. Blake Whitehead, the defensive end, took the long way to get there, but gets Archer, and that is the 3rd really strong run for Archer today. So if Archer gets to the outside, bounces to the outside, or gets that screen pass, he's got the speed to get around the end, and that's where he's done a little damage to the Warrior defense, shown a little bit of a chink in the armor of this solid defense. 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line for Tri-Central. Tri-Central taking a considerable amount of time in the huddle, and here they come. Fowler under center. Archer in the backfield. Man in motion. And that time, Archer did not fool Blake Whitehead. Blake Whitehead keyed in the whole time and picked him up. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Actually, it's going to be a little more than that. It's going to be 2nd and just about 15 maybe on the 47. And the Warriors here trying to get a big defensive stop. Clock running down to 2:30 left in the 3rd quarter. There's the snap. Pitch to Archer, and Grayson Mealy has him, and Grayson Mealy isn't going to let go. Dropped for a loss by number 18, Grayson Mealy. And just as Archer's been very effective on the outside, if he doesn't get to the outside and the defensive ends for the Warriors get there, they've had him stopped in his tracks. So a big loss there. Ball's spotted on the 47, so now it's 3rd and 21, and the clock's running even further down. 1:45 left in the 3rd quarter. Tri-Central running the play in. I know the names Reno, Whitehead, and Mealy have been said a lot on here, but it's been an entire team effort on both sides, the linemen up front and the secondary, along with all of your linemen on the offensive line. This has been a true, powerful team effort by the Warriors. Fowler under center, and it looks like the Warriors jump. Have a flag on the play, and that's going to be, has to be on the Warriors. They jumped on the hard count. And that'll give the Trojans a little bit more breathing room. Clock's running under a minute now. We're in the 3rd quarter. 38-6. Tri-Central now just inside the 50-yard line at the 48. Tri-Central gets set. And now we have a flag on the play, and this will be offensive. So a false start on the offense, and now we're going to walk back. So we're going to dance back and forth a little bit on penalties. And now 41 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Again, not surprising. It's middle school football. They're learning. They're getting better each day. And you can't learn unless you make a few mistakes along the way. So, clock is running. We're down to 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Seeing if Tri-Central is going to get a playoff here. They're going to have to hurry. Here they come to the line, 10 seconds. Fowler getting him set. Fowler with the snap, looking to pass. Almost picked off there. Almost picked off. But 1 second remains on the clock. 38-6. And it's going to be 4th and 21. One second, one play before we move into the fourth quarter, and a dominant performance by the 8th graders here at Wes-Del. Final play of the quarter. Snap back. It's a kick. And a decent kick away. And recovered. Sorry about the camera work. Recovered. And that will end the third quarter. So at the end of 3, Wes-Del leads 38-6 in the 8th grade game. We'll take a short break on the audio, and we'll leave the video. And we're back. We're starting the fourth quarter. As you see on your screen, the Warriors, if you're just joining us, dominant performance by the Wes-Del Warriors. They lead 38-6 heading into the start of this fourth quarter. And now here's the setup. The Warriors get set. Whitehead in the backfield as quarterback. Number 20 in motion. Handoff to number 20. He's on the end. He's breaking open. He's gone. I believe that's Dominic Bertram on his first carry of the night. And that's one heck of a carry, folks. A big-time touchdown for Dominic Bertram. 6 more for the Warriors. The first carry for the Warriors of the quarter, starting the fourth. And Bertram takes it all the way to the house. 44-6. And I've said it once. I've probably said it 1,000 times tonight. It will be, I bet we're going for 2. And in motion is Bertram again. And Whitehead fumbles, and it's recovered by Tri-Central. So no 2-point conversion there. But nonetheless, an impressive run for number 20, Dominic Bertram. So 44-6, and if anyone's wondering, I know we don't have the clock in your screen, but at this point, if it's deemed a 35, and these are rules from the IHSAA with a football mercy rule, which is implemented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Football Coaches Association. And just so you are aware where we're at, beginning with the second half of any high school football game, when the point differential between teams is it reaches 35 points, as the kick is off for the Warriors, should be recovered by Tri-Central, and they do. If the differential is 35 points or more, the game clock shall convert to a running clock, and the running clock is defined as a clock that does not stop during play, with the exception of timeouts, scores, and or injuries. So we did just have a score, so it did stop. But now moving anywhere other than a timeout, a score, or an injury, the clock will run at this time. It's 44-6. So it's about 7 minutes remaining. And again, that is a high school rule, but we use that at the middle school level as well. Whitehead comes to the sideline. Looks like he's subbed out. And he's replaced by number 5, Mason Skinner. So we're seeing Coach Collum use a little bit of his depth here, get some guys some time that may or may not have had time at this level before. So some of your 6th graders now, 7th graders, seeing some of their first 8th grade action. And it is different at all levels. Here's Tri-Central, snap, handoff, and he's met. And I've said the name before. I'll say the name again. Luke Powers. And some more substitutions coming off. Looks like Coach Collig has made some substitutions defensively. So a lot of the 8th graders coming off, and it makes sense with a 44-6 lead. It's a good opportunity to use this time, just like we talked about with the officials, as educating and getting some experience for some younger guys. So Wes-Del doing that right now. You'll see a lot of younger guys out there. And I would say from about the 11 on the field, about 7 of them are 7th graders. So a good time to get them in. Here's a snap. Ball to Archer again. He's met. Really grinds his way to some good yardage after being met with about 4 Warriors on that run. 3rd down. Third down and 5, balls on the 44-yard line. So first couple of looks at some of the 7th graders out on the field, and it shows there's some depth here. And that's a good sign for Coach Collum, Coach Collig, and the Warriors. Especially on that play right there. Archer, who's been trouble at times for the Warriors, breaking off big runs, was not fooling the Warriors there as 4 of those 7th graders met him. Now here's a pitch to number 22. He gets to the outside, and I think the ball's loose. That number 22 was Aaron Hoback. And if it was loose, Wes-Del did not come up with it. Tri-Central maintained it, and I don't know that it ever truthfully came out. So we're 4th down and 5. With 4:12 left, clock's ticking away. 4th and 5. This has been a good stand for some young Warriors to get in here, get some experience, and they've shown that they can do the job. Great possession defensively. And here's another substitution. Grayson Mealy, an 8th grader coming off the field. He slaps number 35, Owen Long, on the helmet. It's great to see these 8th graders enjoy watching these younger guys get in and cheer them on. But that doesn't surprise me. It's Wes-Del. Here's a good run and a good tackle. And guess who that is? That is Owen Long, who just came in the game, replacing Mealy. So Owen Long gets in and right away makes a big-time tackle on 4th down, and I believe that's going to turn things over to the Warriors. And now we're going to see some different, well, maybe not. Offensively, got some familiar faces out there. Looks like Reno's back out on the field. Whitehead's out there. And remember, there is still a 6th and 7th grade game, although we will not be streaming the 6th and 7th grade game due to a prior engagement that I have to attend. I apologize for the 6th and 7th grade. Anyone wanting to tune into that prior engagement uses some of my equipment, and I will not be able to stream that game. Offense is set. It looks like it's Whitehead in the backfield. Here's a snap. Whitehead keeps it. He's up the middle, and he's met by a nice tackle there. Number 55 for Tri-Central, and that is Jimmy Rincon, or Rincon. It's one of the two, and I apologize to Jimmy's parents. And the Warriors come out of the huddle. Again, Whitehead is at quarterback. We've seen a mix of Whitehead, Reno, and Mealy at quarterback, but at this time, and Coach Cullum taking a knee, trying to run this clock down. And it's only 1:16, 1:15 left. So if you're asking at home, what is happening? Why are we taking a knee? Well, you look at the scoreboard, 44-6 in an 8th grade football game. The score is in the win is well in hand at this point, and Coach Cullum doing the right thing as a coach, teaching these kids, his own kids, a lot about sportsmanship and letting this clock run down. And again, it's life lessons, and that's what these coaches do so well at this level and at all levels in both middle school and high school sports. So here we go, 40 seconds going. I would assume they will kneel on 3rd down. Snap and a kneel again. We're down to 30 seconds on the clock. And as we roll down to 20 seconds, a well fought, well played game. Score isn't any indicator to show how hard both teams have played. Both communities, I think, are very, very thrilled to see sports again. It's been a long, long break. And at the end of the game, Wes-Del on top, 44-6. A great 8th grade game. Again, I apologize to the 6th and 7th grade parents. Due to the prior commitment, I could not make it through to the second game. So I apologize. Hopefully in the future on our home games, we will have those live streamed. But once again, a fantastic first game for the middle school 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade Warriors, and a dominant performance. We want to thank Tri-Central. A great performance by them. But the first one's a big one, 44-6 for the Warriors. And this is it. As we close out our first stream on the Wes-Del Sports Network, once again, a reminder, we plan to and hope to be live from Tri-Central tomorrow night for the varsity matchup. Should be myself and Coach McLaughlin on the audio, and we should be streaming live, and we will send that link out to you. But until tomorrow night, be a Warrior and a big win.